Ah, movies. One of America's favorite pastimes. Let's talk about one, shall we? Recently, I was scrolling through my endless streaming options and I landed on Shudder because I don't check Shudder out often enough, and I should because I pay for it. But I went to Shudder and I saw a movie that caught my eye called Straight Edge Kegger. Straight Edge Kegger. Now, I didn't grow up close to a big metal scene or punk scene or any kind of scene for that matter. In fact, I grew up between some cornfields in the middle of the woods on the end of a dead end dirt road. So, punk scene wasn't big. We didn't have a straight edge crowd. None of that. And then I watched Straight Edge Kegger, and I realized how lucky I am that we didn't have a militant straight edge crowd because, man, oh man, if this movie is an accurate representation, I probably would have been stabbed. But this movie had the tagline, "This is not just a minor threat." Get it? And it wasn't that bad, all in all. The little synopsis: after he thinks his straight edge friends have gone too far, young punk Brad, played by Corey Kays, decides to leave them behind when he meets happy-go-lucky partier Sean, played by Sean Jones. He attends his first house party where he meets beautiful Maybe, played by Evelyn Reedy. Then, all hell breaks loose. A group of masked intruders attacks the house full of drunks and stoners, making sure no one gets out alive. It's up to Brad, Sean, and Maybe to save the party in this blood-soaked thrill ride from writer-director Jason Zink. So the movie, I feel like it was about an hour long. It wasn't too long. 79 minutes, so a little over an hour. Again, it's on Shudder. It was decent. The acting wasn't the absolute greatest, but it was fun. I mean, it starts out in a little punk venue. Imagine Green Room being super low budget and more slasher, and that's probably a decent idea of what to expect from Straight Edge Kegger. Jason Zink. Let's see who you are, buddy. Looks like Jason Zink is a writer, producer, and director known for When I Die, that came out in 2009, Night Terrors from 2014, Where Happiness Lies in 2016, and Straight Edge Kegger, which I guess also came out in 2016. So I think you can find it on Amazon as well, but I definitely recommend checking it out. If you want something just fun, Green Room meets Terrifier. I feel like that's a decent, accurate representation. Some good music to it. I think I wasn't about to turn it off, but after starting it and like getting a little distracted with other things, a character came on screen wearing a Bane shirt, and I was like, yeah, all right, we'll go ahead and give it a shot. But there were some really good messages in there about like the balance between getting too involved in your scene or getting too militant in your scene, and what that can lead to. Obviously, it turns into a slasher fest, but there were some good underlying messages. Nothing against straight edge culture, nothing against the punk scene by any stretch whatsoever, but I think that they did kind of touch and highlight on some of the negative sides of it. So, are you going to check out Straight Edge Kegger? Have you experienced violence at the hands of straight edgers in the past? Are you straight edge and feel that this movie is offensive to your culture? I would love to hear about your experiences. Drop a comment below. Check out Straight Edge Kegger, streaming on Shudder, and have a marvelous day.